Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Trogdor, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. We have another PTL game. We're actually like in the last leg of Season 3 right now. It's on one hand, it's felt like a really long season so far, but on the other hand, it's like, oh my god, it's almost this much way over already. Yeah, it's week number 8. We've only got 11 games this season because you remember that one time when we had 15 games? Yeah, that was exhausting. Imagine if this was only the halfway point too. Oh, geez, no thank you. So almost done with the season. We got probably our toughest opponent coming up. Our good buddy Wayne Moose, the head commissioner coach of the St. Louis Cardinulls. I wonder who made that logo. Whoever did is like absolutely amazing at making logos, and whoever it is should just everyone should give them money for doing Photoshop. I made his logo. That was me. Anyway, so let's check out the kind of team that my opponent is going to completely destroy me with. He's got Mew to start things off, which, Mew is basically like, well, it's a double-edged sword. On one hand, Mew can, it learns every move, so its set can be like perfectly tailored for whatever the opponent's team is. But on the other hand, oftentimes that's not the best set that can be run with the team at hand. Oftentimes it's like, oh, I need Mew to be a Spidef defogger, or oh, I need Mew to like be a 3 attacks Roost Life Orb special attacker. But I've got another thing that needs support from this. But yeah, either way, it's really good. He's got Mega Mawile, so basically copying all of my ideas from UPBA. He's got Rotom Wash, which is kind of annoying. Scolipede, so basically everything is like 2 to 3 times as fast, so that's like, ow. John Cena, so basically like, what do I have? It's not Weavile on this team that I have. It's Mega Scizor, basically completely defunct and pointless, and I'm absolutely not going to bring it this game. Tangrowth, Fat Piece of Lard, Noivern, Conkeldurr, Rhyperior, and Vanilla Manectric. So it's a really top heavy team. Like the top 5 I definitely see coming like 100,000,000%. I possibly Noivern, depending on how many things he needs to outspeed, possibly Rhyperior, but then again I've got Rain, possibly Manectric to be like Scarf with Thunder, possibly Dom Mazzetti with like Mach Punch, but at the same time I have Lele, so like come on, you're not going to bring a fighting type. So those are that's his team. Like I said, I'm definitely expecting like Mew, Mega Mall, Rotom, Scolipede, Incineroar, maybe Rhyperior, Conkeldurr, possibly Noivern. So let's check out the 6 that I'm bringing. Starting off with Karen Chungus. So basically it's like, what do you have to take my dual stab? That's a trick question. There is nothing. Nothing can take Karen's dual stab. I've of course got the priority and quick attack, so it's like not a whole lot of things can switch into either frustration or EQ and then take some priority. Silk Scarf just to like boost my stab because I don't want to run Life Orb, and Expert Belt's kind of pointless when my main moves are going to be frustration and quick attack, and I just want some boost in. So next up, making its debut for the first time ever, is my Drapion, just because its stab is actually fantastic. My opponent has Mew, and if I run like SD 3 attacks with the Air Balloon, I can basically get up a free SD, and I'm speedy enough that I outspeed actually a lot of things versus my opponent that can, do damage back to me, like the Mawile, the Rotom, the Incineroar, the Tangrowth. This is also to like kind of bamboozle the Scolipede, so I can get like I can definitely get an EQ on this before it hits me back with. I think Scolipede's like probably gonna run like EQ, Protect, Baton Pass, and then like one of its stabs. I don't know, but Scolipede's definitely coming, or it can be like offensive Life Orb 4 attacks or Protect 3 attacks, because like offensive Scolipede just ruins my day. But Drapion is definitely there. I need to get a big hit on Mew. I need to get a big hit on Scolipede. Mega Mawile switches in on my dual stabs incredibly well, so I of course got the EQ for that. So next up is Jeff, the Tornadus Therian. So I need Torn T for a lot of reasons. Number 1, firing off hurricanes in the rain. Like your team just gets bamboozled. Number 2, Rotom Wash is the easiest switch in, so I'm running Grass Knot with Grass CMZ to bamboozle that. Heat Wave, I have absolutely no idea why I brought this move, especially because I'm mostly going to be using this thing in the rain. And then, of course, U-turn for momentum. I'm very speedy, very special attacky, and then just the rest in bulk, you know, basically a standard set without getting like too crazy about it like certain people. But basically going to be firing off Hurricanes against things, and except for like +1 Scolipede and Noivern, I outspeed everything and I get big hits on everything. So Torrentee is really fantastic for me this game. Next up, I have Tapu Lele. Going with another really fancy, like super good set with the, what do you call it, choice specs. Nothing on his team wants to take a spec Psychic at all, except Incineroar, but Incineroar doesn't want to take a specs Moonblast. Well, kind of does it. You know, fire type, blah, blah, blah. So Lele's basically a wall breaker for all of his slower things. Like, I mean, of course, Mawile is still a really good switch into that, but I have my Rain Core, which does pretty well versus that thing. Energy Ball and Focus Mist, I'm not really going to be clicking those buttons, like maybe versus the Rotom, but it's like, I donk the Scolipede with Spec Psychic. I do a ton of damage to the Tangrowth with the Spec Psychic. The Noivern, Rhyperior, even like Mew takes a huge chunk. So Lele is just going to be a really great wall breaker for if he decides to bring some slower, fatter things. But if he brings much more faster offensive things, it's not as good. And I've got Pelipper, of course, Rain, blah, 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 Damp Rock, Defog, standard crap. But where is Pelipper? Yeah, there it is. And then I have Kingdra with special Life Orb. I hate Life Orb so much. But I can't run Z because I really wanted Torn to be Z because it bops the Rotom. And possibly the Rhyperior too. Who knows? So Hydro, Draco, Ice Beam, and Icy Wind. Oh yeah, doubling up on the Ice because I kind of think, like, you know, depending on what I'm forcing out, if he wants to switch into the Scolipede and I Icy Wind him, my speed is such that if at max speed Modest, I outspeed +1 Scolipede in the rain, +1 max speed Scolipede. So he's going to have to get to 2 speed boosts, and if I get a cheeky speed drop on him, that would be really great. Same thing for Noivern, because Scarf Noivern outspeeds Kingdra no matter what. And then Hydro and Draco just to, like, you know, bop things. So that's the team. I'm really scared of Scolipede. I'm really scared of Rotom and Mew and Mega Mawile and Incineroar and Noivern and Tangrowth. And I'm scared of everything. So let's just see if I can not get 6-0'd. So yeah, gonna get into the battle in just a sec here. Please stand by. So here we are back with the battle, and let's look at what my opponent decided to bring. Mew, no surprise. Rotom, no surprise. Scolipede, like Dodoy. Mawile, Dodoy. Noivern and Rhyperior, I was kind of expecting only one of those things. My opponent did not bring the Incineroar, so I was very pleased to see that. It makes Lele's job like much easier to fire off Psychics on things. So I'm going to go ahead and lead my Torrentee just so I can get some momentum, possibly go for, actually go for the Hurricane right off the bat. And like a dummy, so he gets a Confusion. I think, he's obviously going to switch out right here. So I'm going to grab some momentum and switch out. If he didn't get confused, I would have done my Z like right there, got that thing out of there. He's lefty, so reveals to be slightly bulky. So he does in fact switch. I grab my momentum and go into Drapion right here. So he goes for the Mega Horn. That's a ton of damage. And like a dummy, I go for the Swords Dance instead of the EQ. I could have just gotten like 60% damage on the Scolipede right away. Instead thinking like, oh, he's surely going to go for like a weaker move. Like, no, of course he's got the Mega Horn, which just like does so much damage to me. Now I don't outspeed it, and now I'm going to lose my Drapion, which was super crucial for me to win this match. Aquatail, doesn't miss. So right away, Scolipede's bamboozling me. What is it that's gone? My Drapion's gone. So the first game that it showed up, it died turn 4. So that's fantastic. So I'm going to go into my Pelican, grab some speed. I can fire off a Hurricane on something like the Rotom. Maybe I can get another Confusion. There we go. So I'm predicting the Volt Switch, and I'm going to go right into Karen Chungus as he hurts himself. He said he went for a Will-O-Wisp right there, which would have like completely ruined my day, but also said that I probably would have missed anyway. So yeah. So I'm going to go for, what is it, a frustration just because I can get some big damage. Look how much that does to a Rhyperior. Rhyperior has like 40,000 defense. So he grabs some rocks. I'm going to scare something out with the Kingdra, and I snag the Icy Wind. Unfortunately, he didn't go into the, what do you call it, Scolipede or Noivern right there, but either of them would have just gotten blown away by a Hydro Pump or Draco Meteor anyway. So despite my, going down 6-5 early, like, it's looking quite promising with Kingdra as I get a Draco. Rotom goes down. So that number one, that actually makes my Torn T's life much easier, because since he brought the Rhyperior, I can, drop my Gracium Z on that instead if I ever get going. I don't outspeed the, I don't outspeed the Noivern, so it's going to see if I can deal with that somehow if he ever brings it in. And Scolipede is an issue still, so it's an issue for everything, but just looking a little bit better for my Torn T. So I go into Diggersby right here as he's going to start Calm Minding. It's like Psychic does a lot, but Knockoff does even more. As I don't know what that berry does, but yeah, go for the Quick Attack as he takes me out. I don't know if my frustration would have done more than that knockoff, but I really needed to do that. The Quick Attack, I was like, oh my god, he lived on 1. That was actually a max roll on my Quick Attack, which is kind of funny that he lived on 1 after a max roll. But knockoff was just like, a mid roll, so that's kind of like, falls within expectation. But that's another in for my Torn T. I can grab some momentum. Mew goes down, which is fantastic, as I get a free into Lele. But that just gives him a free into Mawile, as, I can't really touch him, but I can go right into my Pelipper, get some Rain Up, but he's going to do this smart thing and predict me and go for the Thunder Punch. So Pelican goes down as I can get back into Kingdra. But this is looking worse and worse and worse and worse for me. Yeah, solid prediction on the versus Lele and the Pelican. Like, I was obviously going to switch, but even if I stayed in, I wouldn't have done that much damage. Spec Psychic is doing, I think he said he was like max defense, Spidef Mega Mawile, so it would have been like maybe a 3-hit KO. So I go into Kingdra right here and don't quite take it down with the Hydro Pump. That's really unfortunate, even after my Life Orb and stuff. So Mawile is just like destroying me. It is now in range of the Psychic though, so luckily, like, yeah, like I said, he was max Spidef, so that's why Hydro Pump from a max special attack, modest, Kingdra, Life Orb, again, in the rain, stab, survived that Hydro Pump, but then, Lele just came in and took revenge on that. So still racking it up in the points leader, but Scolipede comes in, goes for the Protect, obviously going to get back up because he probably thinks I'm Scarf and stuff. My Terrain goes away, but he's just going to knock me with the Poison Jab, which is unfortunate. So now it's Torn T versus the world. And you know what? I believe in Jeff. I believe it can win. I have that belief in me. I am going to... I still have range, so I can Hurricane the Scolipede. I can live a hit from Noivern, and then get rid of the Rhyperior with my Gracium Z. So that is what is going to come into play right now. I am saying that because, see, I live... Oh. So, yeah, you got the poison, it takes me down. It was just in range, and I lose 2-0. Almost brought it back with Torn T there. You saw it. You saw exactly what was going to unfold. I was going to... I KO'd the Scolipede. I lived the hit, and I KO'd the Scolipede just as I imagined. But then, yeah, I lived so little and got poisoned. But he was Scarf Noivern anyway, so would have come in and revenged me easily, even with my... I don't even think I had like HP Ice or anything on that because for some reason I needed Heat Wave. But yeah, 2-0, not the worst loss in the world. Like I said, I was definitely expecting to lose. Scolipede just kind of ruined my day. And my team does not have that much of a backbone. I just needed to like hit really, really hard. And yeah, definitely played the plays he needed to play to win. And I think I did too. I think we both played really well this game, besides the poison at the end there and the couple times that Ronan got confused. It was a pretty clean game, so at least happy about that. So that's all I've got for today. So more PTL stuff will be coming. We're going to see this season through to the end and hopefully make a playoffs run, because we can still make top 4. I just need to hope that everyone loses and then I win out, but hey, that can happen. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, everyone. Like the video if you liked it, comment down below if you got anything else to say, and subscribe if you want, but you should, because there are more videos coming. Anyway, that's all I've got for today, so I'll see everyone in the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye.